Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. So today we're going to be finishing out my Neon Shadow unboxings. This is the last doll from Shadow High's band from Rainbow Vision. Today we're going to be looking at Vanhoose. I hope I'm saying her name right. It feels like I can't possibly be, but like, here I am. Aside from her name though, very, very cute. I feel kind of bad because she's definitely like my least favorite of the three Neon Shadow dolls. But that isn't to say that she's not a beautiful doll. Like, she does look really cool. I like the particular shades of blue that they've got working for her. I just, like Mara and Harley are also really cool. But who knows what could happen. I could take her out of box and be absolutely obsessed. I will say in box, letting you guys get a little bit of a closer look, she seems to have really terrible box hair, this particular one that I got. I did get them all off of Amazon when they went on sale because I hadn't seen them in my stores and I'm impatient. So, like, I couldn't choose one. And it is just hair. Like, I'm sure that I can fix it. But it's just kind of funny to me that she looks like she's struggling a bit. But I do think she's going to be much cuter when we get her out of box. So, not really any worries there. Back of the box is the exact same as Harley's and Mara's. Just the picture of the band all together. Very, very pretty. But, of course, we've got to get her out of box and be able to look at all the goodies that she comes with. So, I'm going to do that off screen real quick. And then I'll be right back with you guys to talk quality with Uma, which is arguably more important than how she looks. So here's to hoping it'll be good. I will be right back with you guys. All right, here is Uma and everything she comes with. Just like the other two, she has got her little comb and a couple of hangers. And then Uma is the guitar player of the group. So she's got this lovely guitar case. Currently open, but it does close. It closes very securely. This was honestly so hard for me to get open, but like, at least it's secure. I'd rather that be the case than have it just be loose and flopping around. And then inside is her actual guitar. I love that there's like a molded section in here so that the guitar sits in super, super nicely and it just fits perfectly. I just really appreciate that attention to detail. As for the guitar itself, I don't know anything about guitars, so all I can tell you is that the shape is pretty cool and I like the little lightning bolts on it. I'm really sorry if you're a musician in the comments who knows something about guitars and I'm just like really not acting right, but this is all I've got to work with. She also has a strap here that, if I can turn it the right way, says Shadow all across it and has little moons on it. And then that does actually snap on here. Maybe. I know it does. I just have to be strong enough to get it and I'm not. There we go. Had to use both hands. But it does snap on and that works on both sides. So you could have the strap completely on. You can take off one side so that you could actually like loop it around her neck and get it on her properly. And you could just take both off if you wanted to do that. So love the versatility, love the detail of that. Very much appreciate the guitar. Then moving on to her second outfit, starting from the bottom up as per usual. We've got her shoes here. Kind of just basic heels, but like with some extra add-ons. We've got spikes. We've got like a little charm on either side here. And I don't know. I feel like the camera is kind of picking it up, but there's definitely a very slight pattern to this blue strap here. I, even in person, can't tell what it's supposed to be. It looks just kind of vaguely shiny to me. So I'm sure that is meant to be something, but I think that the color, like the silvery color on top, is just way too close to the blue to be able to actually tell. Or maybe I just got one that's poorly printed. Either way, they look good, especially from far away, if you're not like focusing too much on the what is that aspect of it. I don't know. I like them. I think they're cool. Then her skirt that she comes with, I love this. I love the little like sparkle in the plaid. I love the straps going across here and the peak of the leather skirt underneath. I just think it's so cute and fun and like a little edgy, you know? Obsessed. Very much like my sort of style. I love it. Then she's got this little top meant to function like a tube top, but it does have two clear straps here to kind of help it stay on. Another one of the cat designs. This one I actually think is a lot cuter than the others. I don't know what it is. She looks like she's having a lot of fun though, so I think that's really precious. It is printed nicely, so no complaints about the second top. Then we've got her jacket here. I feel like people really like this jacket, and it is good. Like, it is nice. I don't know. It's not my favorite piece that she comes with, but it is very, very quality. I will give it that. We've got actual buttons here lining in the pockets. Obviously studs all along the sleeves here. And then it does open like a real jacket would, where you can unbuckle the belt, and that's how you get it on her. So I do really appreciate that. Anytime that a like doll garment functions the way an actual human one does, it just gives me little butterflies inside. I love that detail. So quality wise, the coat is absolutely excellent. Like I said, it's not my favorite piece that she comes with, but that's just like a personal thing. That's not a quality issue. Then for Uma herself, I'm having a heck of a time with all of these neon shadow stands, getting them to like be stands. Stay there. Regardless, ignoring that, she does have her hat. Unlike the other two, she doesn't have a cat-themed headpiece, which I think is kind of weird. Like, this is pretty. Like, this is a really cool hat. I like the 3D effect here with the shadow. Like, I like it, but it doesn't quite fit in with the others. We do have a shadow high, kind of distorted smiley on the top part. So again, like, it's a cool hat. I just kind of wish that they had given her cat ears or something so that she fit in with the other two members of her band. Maybe that's just me, but it is something that comes off. I did go ahead and cut this one off. It was just attached with plastic ties, mostly because I know I'm going to have to wash her hair, and I didn't want to wash it with like a faux leather cap. It's one thing to do like a plastic cap, but I didn't want to mess with that. That being said, her hair, it's a bit of a mess from the box. That's very obvious. That is just a box issue, though. I think it's going to be fine once I can wash it and restyle it. I do love the colors. I don't think that they're picking up quite as well on camera as they look in real life, but there is a lot of dimension to her hair. It's got a lot of different colors to it. And it is, like, verging on the purple side. Like, she's obviously blue themed. And it is blue, but it's, like, got hints of purple to it that I honestly think are really, really pretty. When we look at the rooting, if I can get to her scalp, it's such bad boxing. But I feel like the rooting is actually quite good. Definitely a lot better than Harley's was. If you saw my video on Mara, I didn't check hers. But yeah, that's a lot better than Harley's was. So that's good. It's nice to see that at least my Uma's hair is pretty solid. One of her earrings just fell out, which is also a problem I had with Harley. Like, I am not good at keeping these dolls together. I know we haven't talked about her face yet, but since I'm putting the earring back in, let's go ahead and talk about her earrings. One side here is a little key, and then the other side is a lock with SH on it. I think that is so cute. I love the asymmetric aspect to it. Anything asymmetrical is, like, automatically better in my opinion. And I just love the little lock and key. I think that's very nice. Now, okay, onto her face. Very pretty. Really no complaints here. She's got her edges. I like her brows. I love this little broken heart on her cheek. So, so, so cute. So yeah, it's a good face. Obviously very important when it comes to a doll, so I'm very happy with that. Now, onto her clothes. Her first top, it's okay. I do feel like it's a slightly better executed version of Harley's second top, where it's just like a sequined crop tank top. Obviously, this one is on her, so it fits, which is cool. And the sequins are a lot shinier, so I do like this one better. It's still not my favorite. I definitely like her other shirt much, much more. But at least it's a step up from what we had last time. And then she has a little cropped white fishnet top underneath that. Also, on her hands, we've got a little chain bracelet and then a little stud bracelet. Love it. Very cute. Sucker for the accessories. But more so, these pants, guys. Talk about being a sucker for something. These are so cool. I love literally everything about them. These are the kind of pants that I absolutely wanted to own when I was younger, and my mom was not having it. And now, like, I just haven't bought some, but I'm looking at her and I'm like, I need to have pants like this because these are so cool. I love the belt with the big shadow high belt buckle. Very, very fun. The split, like, sewn pants with different patterns of blue plaid. Obsessed over it. All the zippers and, like, extra belts down here. And, of course, this big strap that's, like, attached on one side and then attaches to the other. I literally so desperately wanted to have pants like this when I was younger, and I feel like Uma is living my best life right now. I have got to buy pants like this. There are a couple of loose threads, but that's not the biggest deal ever. For the most part, they're very, very quality. Super cute. I cannot get over how much I like these pants. Now, you might notice it was just 1 foot. Now it's both feet. I'm going to go ahead and put her on her stand real quick. Her first pair of shoes here are just like a regular pair of pumps, so they don't have straps to them, which means that they fall off quite easily. It's a shame because I do think that they're really cute. Like, they look really good. But yeah, they definitely fall off. And this one is also definitely misprinted. You can see that the silver from the SH is very much so bleeding onto the actual body of the shoe, so that's a little disappointing. It could be worse, but it obviously also could be better. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get her fully, if I can get her shoes to stay on, into her first outfit so you guys can see the full effects. Alrighty, there is Uma in her first outfit. Let's switch it to the second one. And this is going to be her second outfit. I don't know how to feel. I definitely like aspects from both. I think both of her bottoms, the pants and the skirt, both very, very cute. I think I like these shoes slightly more just because they actually stay on her feet. Definitely like this top better, but I think I like it without the jacket. I don't know. I'll have some decisions to make while styling her, but overall thoughts, there's just like a few small quality issues. Like the shoes, neither pair is painted completely perfectly. I actually am having trouble at this point getting either of her earrings to stay in, but I'll just glue them in, honestly. Like, I'm going to keep them in, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, aside from a couple what I would consider minor quality issues, she's honestly really cute. I think the hair, once I can get it under control, is going to look fabulous. So I'm fairly happy with her. Like, I'm excited to have her. I'm excited to have the complete trio. I think they're all going to look so cute on display together. But definitely let me know what your thoughts are on Uma here and then the rest of the Neon Shadow line in the comments. I would love to hear which is your favorite now that you've seen all three and kind of just how we're feeling about it. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, if you could give it a like, that would mean a lot. And I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.